Hi, in this video we are going to install a backdrop manufactured by Backdrop Warehouse. And first I'm going to go over a little bit about the product. And I just got mine in the mail a couple days ago, and I'm getting ready to put it up. And I'll give you a clue as to what the consistency of this is. Here's just a sheet of the raw material. And it's extremely tough. When you go to try to tear it, it's practically impossible, although I can disfigure it a little bit. And here, taking a sharp knife, I can cut through it, but even once it's cut, it doesn't tear real easily. So this is the product that the image is printed on. And here's some of the items that you need for the installation, or at least that I have selected. And one of them is the scissors. I'm going to use some clear tape measure, a straight edge, ruler, razor blade. I'm using the Elmer's rubber cement for my adhesive. I have some pencils, some rubber gloves, some other tape, and I'm using some drop cloth here as a protective covering while I'm storing it. Now, as soon as I opened my package, I took the product out for inspection, and I have it laid out here. I have two 12-foot pieces and one 10-foot piece. And I first put down the plastic for a bottom layer of protection. And then I spread out the backdrop materials, and then I put another coating over the top, folded it over to protect it from the cats. But here you can get an idea of what it looks like. It's seems to be a very high quality product, and I spent a lot of time looking at the different items before I selected mine. And here is a shot of one of their products, and you can see how realistic it is. So this was my first step, was gathering my tools together and making sure that these were the right items that I ordered. And the next thing I'll be doing is trimming off the white border across the top. Here's about the easiest way I figured out to cut the border off. And I'm just using a straight edge and the sharp pointed knife, and I'm just making a nice easy cut. I have a piece of wood underneath it here for backing, and just lining up with the top of the print, and get to do about 3 feet at a time. Maybe you can feel right when it gets to there, but there's a little piece sticking there. But there, it comes out pretty easy. This is the area where the backdrop is going to be applied. And one of the first things I did was I built a framework for it. Okay, here's a better look at how I put my 4x8 masonite sheets together for the framework for the backdrop. And here's 2 sheets, the back wall. And I used 2x2s across the top, and then a little chunk on each end. Across the bottom, I staggered the joints also so it would pass there. 2x2s again, and here and down here, and this would be on the back side, and these are glued in place. Also 2x2 up and down each back edge, and then it's 1x4 like this, glued into place. And this is the back side of my framework. Also, I have my supports is just a simple 2x2 with kind of a plywood foot on the bottom, and I was able to put all this up alone, although it would have been nice to have help. Made of hardboard, and I backed it with 2x2s, and they're glued on across the top and up and down the sides. And at the center seams, I have a 1x4 that I have this glued to, and then I used regular sheetrock compound, joint compound, to fill in the crack between the two pieces, and I primed that with regular primer. And this is a freestanding framework, and I just built some simple legs that I have it posted up on. And for my corners, I used some plastic sheeting that is designed to go on suspended ceiling lights. And the reason I selected this material was because it's rigid, it's rather smooth, and I could bend it easily to go around the corner. So this will give us a rounded corner here. And you can see along the top of the framework I have 1x4s fastened on, and then I also have LED lights wired in. I put 4 of them in, and as you can see, this is entirely freestanding. Okay, now one of the first things I did as far as the glue goes is to figure out the best way to apply the glue, and I tried a few different scenarios here. The recommendation was to apply one coat and then wait like an hour or so, and then apply a second coat immediately before you put your backdrop in place. However, the manufacturer instructions were just to apply one coat and then put down your backdrop material, or to apply a coat to each and then apply it. And that's what I did in these two, and you can see the tape, just comes off, or the material just comes off really easy. So it wasn't really effective to do it that way. But in this third scenario, I applied a coat underneath here. It's kind of tacky. Then I waited about an hour, and then I applied the second coat, and it binds way better. In fact, I also applied a little bit to this material. So there was a wet coat on here and also a wet coat on here, and it's been about 45 minutes, but it definitely adheres much better. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some tape across the top periodically to hold it while the cement cures.